Hi, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about yesterday evening. Yesterday we had a live from TikTok. We were with the host was Menzisto. Menzisto was hosting the live and the guest yakhe bekunguSifiso Meyu, Bhuti Sifiso Meyu. Oh my word, I just wanted to give flowers to Menzisto. He's so good, he's so proper, how he conducts conversations zakhe, okanye how he was conducting that conversation with Ubhuti Sifiso. But Menzisto, I just wanted to give you your flowers. Dude, you were great. You were great. How you spoke to him, how thorough you were, how Ubhuti Sifiso was also answering. I was so impressed. And one thing that, no, it was not one thing actually. For me, there was a lot that stood out for me. Firstly, the greatness of Ubud Menzies. He's so great when he's conducting the conversation. He was so great, and the respect that he was holding down, the respect that he has for the audience, the respect that he has for the panelists, the respect that he has for everyone, man, the way he is. Uyabona nje ukuthi yeah, ukuhlonipha into yakhe. He's such a great man. I am like respectful. I am so respectful of that man. Ngiyamhlonipha wonke nje. Wow, wow. The way he conducted a comment section and the way he dealt with the things that the people that were on the comment section were asking and how he was posing those questions to Ubhuti Sifiso. It's out of this world. It was so professional. Guys, I even said to myself as I was sitting here listening, I said, actually, it's true, man. Isikolo is not for everyone. I'm not saying he's uneducated, but when it comes to us Black people, people always go straight to ask your credentials of school, especially school. When it comes to school, they will go there directly. Yeah, but now this was done in a Nguni language. Perfect. Nguni language. And it was flowing, the way it was flowing, the way the conversation was conduct. I'm excited. I'm impressed. I'm happy ngento yonke. And to top it all, ke it was the boldness. It was the bravery. It was the confidence. It was the command of respect from how he holds down himself. Ubud Menzies. Damn it. Your flowers, Budwami. You are great. You are good at this. I know there is always room of improvement every day so that you remain great. You become the goat. But wow, I'm impressed. I am impressed. I do not want to lie. Um, when it comes to Boots so guys, ezinye zezinto, one of the things that stood out for me, there's a lot of them that stood out. I remember I was having a conversation with Koi and I did a live right after that because I was so excited. There were so many things that were happening that were making us laugh. The banter of it all after that. The amongst us people that were in the comment section because we knew each other. And then I went on a live and then we had a live. It was not, was it 90 minutes? I guess it was about 90 minutes live, Yakon. And then there was just banter about the comment section, how people were holding it down, the comment section, how the people, everything, Jay. But one of the greatest things that we agreed on with Ukoi was that when it comes to Ubhuti Sifiso Meyiwa, one thing that you cannot take away is his faith in God. He believes in God. He is so strong-willed when it comes to God. He trusts his way. He believes that God will prevail. He believes that at the end of it all, they will have the last laugh. He believes that at the end of it all, I like how he mentions people's names. He mentions Gininda a lot. There were a lot of questions that were being asked. People asked how he feels about Judge Ratta's behavior in that courtroom. He commented on it, how he regrets thinking that he was a man with, I won't put his words exactly verbatim as he was, but what I'm saying, I'm narrating what I understood him to say. He 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 regrets even thinking that Ratta's experience will come in handy, and he regrets even praising Ratta at some point, thinking that he's gonna be so great and he's gonna bring truth forward when it comes to this case. And he's so disappointed at Judge Ratta. He's so disappointed at his behavior. He's so disappointed at how he treats the defense lawyers. He's so disappointed. It's on the floor. He regrets Nje looking at him in any other way other than what he is, what we see him to be, Judge Ratta Mogoateng. That's one of the things that he said. And the other thing that he said, the people asked, so we were writing comments, quick comment section, and then Menzisto will be asking questions to Butsfiso. And so one of the questions that were asked was, what is it about? He was asked about Gininda. I can't quite remember exactly the question, but he says Gininda is feared amongst his work peers. People fear him. Others can't even look at him because of the things that he has done. Other people are sick and tired of Gininda. His colleagues are sick and tired. It sounded like, for me, my understanding, Gininda is a blackmailer. Gininda force people into doing things that they are uncomfortable to do at work. And once you are under Gininda's hand, you can't want to leave. Otherwise, if you do, or if you refuse to do what he tells you to do, he opens up false cases against people, and then people get arrested, people get fired. And he also mentioned that Utefo was treated unfairly by the system. He also mentions that Utefo fought for some of the police officers that were fired at work because of Gininda at some point. He also talked about how he is still in contact with Utefo. He speaks with him. There's no week that goes by without them speaking. So there's a good relationship there. And then he was asked about AfriForum. He told us that he is the one that actually went to AfriForum because he was like done waiting for South African police services. He's the one that approached AfriForum to come and assist them, even if it goes private prosecution. But no, at some point he realized that actually, no, man. AfriForum is taking what Gininda is telling them. So he decided to drop AfriForum when that happened. I remember there was an interview that he did. Someone, I don't remember, was it Newsroom or where, because he was asked, are you, because Mama was believing AfriForum. And then he clarified things like that. Yes, there was a time where I stood with what I believed in, and then Umama was believing it. But now we are on the same page. And we've seen it on the 27th of October, 2025, that they are on the same page because of the things that Umama said, Mama Meyiwa. Okay. And then he also touched on uBheki Cele, former minister Bheki Cele. He touched on uBheki Cele, that uBheki Cele was one of those people that was eager to solve the case. Bheki Cele was calling them. Bheki Cele visited their family home. Bheki Cele was one of the people that never wanted Gininda to be part of the group of investigators. Bheki Cele called the 40 investigators and sat them down and said, when they could not give him anything, he fired all of them and appointed Mem Joyce Buthelezi and Mamu sorry, Mr. Makubo, Warrant Officer Makubo. He's the one. These people were reporting directly to Ucele. The people that opened case 375 were reporting directly to Minister Cele at the time. And then Uchi Usfiso, Commissioner, National Commissioner, then National Commissioner Kehla Stole is the one that hired Ugeninda and his team to do the investigation on their own. So that's why there was 2 investigations. He is the one who Kehla Stole that hired Ugeninda ne-team yakhe. And Ugeninda, Ucele asked Ugeninda, what do you want here? I don't want you in this case. Apparently, I'm quoting the things that were being said by Ubudisfiso. So Ugeninda was never wanted by Ubeki Cele in the case, but he was there. So he doesn't know what happened to Ucele because he changed now on them. He changed now, and then there was those, what you see on television at the 27th of October. Was it the 26th? The 26th of October. Sorry, interview. Sorry, press release of the arrest of accused and Ubeki Cele is there uhamba phambili. Yabo. So akazi ke usifisa ukuthi kwenzekani. And then there was a question about did they speak to uCommissioner wase-KZN uBaba uNhlanhla Mkhwanazi, and he said we will meet with him and ask. So he did not want to diverge a lot when it comes to that. He said some of the things they can't speak about them on social media, but he will at some point meet with him. And then he did mention that he opened a case, Ebeki Temba Police Station. It's in investigation stages. It's coming together. And then someone also asked about NPA. Have they ever called or went to the family as their client and assured them whatsoever? Apparently, NPA has never been kwaMeyiwa. They've never spoken to the Meyiwa family. And from my understanding of what uMeyiwa was saying, AfriForum no longer, that's why perhaps we don't see them in court. It's because the Meyiwa family doesn't speak to AfriForum and does not support whatever AfriForum is saying right now. And then someone asked about the letter that was written to Longwe, by the so-called letter that was written by Longwe. Ubudisfiso Meyiwa says there was never a letter efikile kubo. That letter never made it to his mother. Mother never got that letter from Ulongwe. And he did get the letter via Isolezwe journalist asking about that. He read all of that. He was like, umbhedo yonke leyo nto leyo ibibhalwe khona. And then he was asked about Utumelo Nomthoko ukuthi what did they say when they came to report ukuthi kwenzekeni. So, okay, the first call that they got, let's start there. The first call that he, Ezusifito, got, he says he doesn't remember who called him directly, whether it was Tumelo or it was Mthoko, but both of them spoke on that call, whoever made the call between them. But one of them phoned him and then he said, uSenzo usedubulekile nankwelele lana. And then when he was trying to probe what do you mean uhlangana phi neibhamu uSenzo, they could not give him proper information. If phone someone, one of them took it from the other. So he's not sure whose phone was used to call, whether it was Mthoko who phoned and then Tumelo took the phone and said the same thing that was being said by Mthoko, or Mthoko is the one that phoned, said the same thing that was said, but they did call him. They spoke to him the same time it happened in Daba. And he says they told him, Ulelela, Dunduluzilela, he's laying here, he's laying here, and that's it. So when he was trying to ask questions, he phoned him, but they did not tell him ukuthi who shot and killed uSenzo. That they did not do. The other thing that he mentioned, Ubudisfiso, is that Yet then the following day they came to Joburg. When they arrived in Joburg, baya kwi-Orlando Pirates offices, I think, spoke to Ubaba Khoza. And when they spoke to Ubaba Khoza, when he spoke to Ubaba Khoza and his son, they were in the car. Ubaba Khoza told uSifiso that no, there were no intruders. Usenzo was shot laphayana endlini, and this thing that is on the news, it's done because they are preventing the media from whatever. Otherwise, there were no intruders. It happened there endlini into. It's Longwe that brought the fire up. And then when Ubaba Khoza arrived in KZN for the funeral, he arrived to the parents' home and spoke to the parents, both of them, the father and the mother of Senzo, told them that Usenzo was shot and killed by Ulongwe. There were no intruders. Repeated the same thing that he said to him. He was not at home when Ubaba Khoza arrived at his home, but when he came back home, his mother repeated what Babu Khoza said and said, Babu Khoza was sitting here. This is what he said. But on the media, there was something else. So now, my thing is, if the Meyiwa family was told that in confidence, why do people say uSifiso Uyahlanya? Why do people say uSifiso Uyahlanya Makati, these guys had nothing to do with the crime? Why are they saying that? Okay. So there's a lot of things that happened. Okay. Finally, obviously, I'm paraphrasing. One of the things that stood out for me is, and most of us people that were there, is that Fiso's faith is unmatched, guys. He believes in God. He trusts in God. He believes in God so much that he knows one day is one day. Anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you on our next video. What are your thoughts? Do you think that the Meyiwa family is mad when they think Uguti, what they had first is what they will move with?